Hello, soul family. Welcome back to Ivy Spiritual Messages and Tarot. Today, we are going to look at another pick a card reading for you. And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. And if this message resonates with you, I will really appreciate your support by clicking like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell next to it. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to look at messages from your person, what they desperately want to tell you. So we are going to look at the messages, the channeling messages from your person, what they want to tell you, but some way, somehow unable to let you know here. You may close your eyes, meditate and think about your person. Take a few deep breaths in and then choose the pile that you are most drawn to, and then head to the description box or the comment section where I will put the timestamp for each of the pile. We only have 4 piles at this time. Pile number 1, the tiger eye crystal. Pile number 2, the orange quartz crystal. Pile number 3, the amethyst crystal. And pile number 4, the clear quartz crystal. If you need more time to meditate, you may pause this video and then just take your time to think and to choose the pile that you're most drawn to. The timestamp for each of the pile will be on the description box and the comment section. And without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hi, for those of you who chose pile number 1 or the tiger eye crystal, let's look into what the cards have for you here. Messages from your person, what are they desperate to tell you? So let's see what we have here. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 1 here, the sign that I'm getting for you, I'm getting a very strong water energy. Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. I'm also getting a very strong air energy. Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. So you could have any of those signs strongly in your chart, or your person could have any of those signs strongly in their chart. But again, the signs are just extra bonus, so do not really stress out if you do not find your sign here. Now looking at the message that I've got for you here, for those who chose pile number 1, I've got yes. I've got I know I made a mistake. And then you mean the world to me. Queen of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Magician, 4 of Swords, and then another Page of Swords coming up here. So we've got Page of Swords coming up twice, and then we have got the Growth as the advice energy. So what is it that your person desperately want to tell you here? For those of you who chose pile number 1 here, is that whatever question that you have within yourself here, for those of you who chose pile number 1, I do feel like some of you here might be thinking that, okay, do they actually care about me? Like, do they actually feel the same way that I do? Like, is there any proof that, or any sign that they're actually still in love with me, that they actually still care for me, and like that they actually feel this intensity of the connection? You may have a lot of questions within yourself here, pile number 1, and the answer that I've got for you is yes. Yes, your person wants you to know here that they desperately want you to know here, for those of you who chose pile number 1, is that they still care about you, they're still in love with you here. Whatever had happened between both of you here, there could be some reason that they could not reach out towards you. Again, ego problem, family issue, family upbringing, childhood trauma, a lot of issue that could be there between you and your person here, that they just could not bring themselves to like to reach us out towards you, or to communicate face to face with you, or at least having that like face to face communication, or just reaching out through phone or through text messages here. But that does not mean that they actually do not feel the same way that you do here, pile number 1, because in fact they actually feel almost the same way like you do. Even like some of them here could also feel like more intensely than you do, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 1. And then another message that I've got from your person that they desperately want to tell you here is that I know I made a mistake. So I do feel like there could be some sort of like misunderstanding, argument, there could be some issues between you and your person here. And like some of you here, for those of you who chose pile number 1, your person was the one who actually initiated the breakup or initiated the separation. Again, there could be like just actually went and just left you like that, and they do realize at this point of time here, whatever had happened between both of you, whatever things that they did or didn't do whatever things that they said or didn't say here, they know that they made a huge mistake here, and they know that they have hurt you so much. So this could also be another reason that is making them feeling hesitate, or making them feeling just unable to come towards you here, because they could not face the guilty energy I'm getting very, very strongly here coming up from your person. And then lastly, the message that I've got from your person here is that you mean the world to me. So even though at this point of time both of you are not talking, even though at this point of time both of you are currently in separation here, what your person desperately want to tell you here, pile number one, is that you mean the world to them. You mean so much to them here. And like I said, I'm getting like a very strong ego based energy, a very strong guilty energy I'm also getting here very strongly. So this could be another reason why they just could not bring themselves to reach out towards you. They just could not bring themselves to communicate with you here, pile number one. And it's quite interesting because I've got the Page of Swords energy coming up here twice as well. As you can see here, there is also the full moon energy, which we are just gone through the full moon energy here. So I feel like the last full moon energy could be quite significant for you here, for those of you who chose pile number one, that you just could feel the intensity of the connection. Some of you here could be getting a lot of telepathic messages on like sign and synchronicities coming up from the divine and coming up from your person here, pile number one. But another thing that I've got here is that with this Page of Swords energy, as you can see here, there is a book coming up here twice. So no matter what happened between both of you at this point of time here, no matter whatever situation, whatever the current status of both of your connection at this point of time here, they are always keeping a tab about you here, pile number one. They are always checking up on you to an extent here. Some of them could also be stalking your social media pages or asking about you through mutual friend, but they will always keep a tab about you here, pile number one. They will always like keep like an update with you here. What is it that you are going through? What is it that you are doing? So this is like a way for them to staying in touch with you, even though they are currently not in communication with you here. So they're definitely watching you. They're definitely still asking around about you here, pile number one. And then another thing that I've got here from your person here, I've got the Four of Swords, and I've also got the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like at this point of time here, I do feel like some of them, this is going to be for a very, very specific group of people who your person was or currently might be in a third party situation, or having a karmic partner or karmic situation here. Because with this Nine of Pentacles energy, I'm getting like a single energy, like breaking free from all this toxic energy, breaking free from all this third party situation or karmic situation. So I feel like your person will be or has already gone through a recent separation at this point of time here. The message that I'm getting for you here, for those of you who chose pile number one here, is like hiding. At this point of time, there could be something going on within themselves here that they kind of like just chose into a hiding place. Like they just like kind of like hiding themselves and do not want to, just do not want to go outside here. Like just do not want to embrace all the society yet at this point of time. Because with this Four of Swords energy, they kind of like just want to rest. They just kind of like want to, just like stepping back for a minute here. So there are a lot of things that is currently going on within your person here that basically made them to choose this particular attitude or this particular reaction from them here. And I've also got the Magician coming up here, and then the Queen of Cups energy coming up here. So another thing that they actually appreciate of you here, pile number one here, is that your emotion. You are coming up as someone who's actually emotionally mature. You know what is it that you desire the most, I would say here, pile number one. And you also do not really you are grounded, mature, and they are putting you in such a high pedestal, I would even say here, for those of you who chose pile number one. So with this Magician energy coming up here, it's almost like they're actually manifesting you. Now they might not know about the term of manifestation, law of attraction, and all those stuff here, but there is this wishful thinking that you are the person that they want to live their life with. You are the person that they want to see, spending the entire life with here, because of this maturity and because of this strong emotional feeling, this strong energy that is basically vibrating, that you have this very strong full of love, full of radiant energy, I would say here. So this is part of their wishful thinking to an extent. Also this is what they've been manifesting, I would even say here, pile number one. And then the advice card that I've got for you here is that I've got growth energy. So the message that I've got here is that seek out a mentor or a guide. Take baby step as you grow. Be willing to learn from others. So I feel like at this point of time, both you and your person are definitely currently growing, healing, and going through a lot of transformation here. It's a good thing is that your person currently starting to realize the mistake that they did here. They're actually feeling sorry. They're actually also feeling guilty. Now it's just like a matter of time before they finally break free from all this guilty energy, from all this, like feeling sorry and like just unable to face you. And it's just like not going to take, so like I'm definitely getting that it's not going to take a longer time anymore, especially with this Knight of Pentacles energy. It's like almost a completion of a cycle, I would say, here coming up from you, coming up for you here, for those of you who chose pile number 1. And a quite important thing here is that, especially with this Page of Swords energy, I do feel like the manifestation or the petition and the prayers that you have been doing in this particular full moon here, pile number 1, is actually has been heard, and you are going to get all this manifestation, all this like petition that has been putting out during this particular full moon energy. You're definitely going to get that, which is going to come in a form of communication coming up between you and your person here. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye bye. Hi, for those of you who chose pile number 2 or the orange quartz crystal. So let's look into your messages here. So let's see messages from your person, what they desperately want to tell you. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 2 here, the sign that I'm getting for you, again, the sign are just extra bonus. So if you have this sign, or if you have if your person have this sign, it will definitely like be good. But if one of you do not have this sign, is totally fine, because the most important thing here is the message. So the sign that I'm getting here is that I'm getting a very strong air energy, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. I'm also getting a very strong fire energy coming up here, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So you could have any of those signs strongly in your chart, pile number 2, or your person could have any of those signs strongly in their chart. Now let's look into the messages from your person here. I've got not now, I've got you are my everything, and then I've got I wish I could talk to you right now, the Ace of Swords, the Sun card coming up here, the Earth Mother or the Empress, the Eight of Swords coming up here, and then I've got the Two of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and then the intuition energy coming up here. So I'm getting a very specific message coming up here for those of you who chose pile number 2 here. First thing that I'm getting here is that both of you are currently not in communication with your person, or at least the communication between you and your person are not really on point, like on and off communication, basically like kind of like a standing still energy, almost feeling stuck energy, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 2. Now for a very, very specific group of you here, I'm getting like a pregnancy coming up here. So you could be pregnant at this point of time, or you will be pregnant pretty much soon here, or you have just recently delivered a baby, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 2. So let's look into what is it that your person, what is it that they desperately want to tell you here, for those of you who chose pile number 2. The first thing that I'm getting here is that you are my everything and not now energy, and then I wish I could talk to you right now. So at this point of time here, this no communication between you and your person is definitely killing them, I would say here, giving them a lot of anxiety, trouble sleeping, because especially with this Knight of Swords energy coming up here, I do feel like this no communication energy, some of you here, you are the ones actually initiating this, but for for the majority of you here, at least like quite a mutual energy, I would say here. But I do feel like at this point of time, this no communication energy here, as much as it's affecting you here, pile number 2, it's also affecting your person. The same way that you're feeling anxious, the same way that you're feeling like almost like a very strong sadness and heartbreaking energy, I would say here, I'm getting for those of you who chose pile number 2. So I do feel like some of you here having trouble sleeping at night, because every time that you went to bed, or every time that you are trying to sleep here, you're always getting images or vision of your person that you're just missing them so much, I would say here, pile number 2. So this is definitely affecting you and also affecting the rest of your day, I would say here. I do feel like some of you here have been like watching your social media page or watching your phone closely, just to see that, okay, is today the day that I'm going to get the message? Is today the day that I'm finally going to meet them here? Is today the day I'm finally going to get the the phone call. So a lot of those kind of like back and forth thought within yourself, like between yourself here, that why is it they're not texting me, why is it that they're not calling me, like what is it going on here. So there are a lot of questions going on within yourself here, pile number 2. This is definitely the confirmation that as much as you are longing to talk to your person here, this is the same way also they're actually feeling towards you here. They definitely wish they could actually talk to you at this point of time here, but somehow there is something that is stopping them here. I've got the not now energy coming up here for those of you who chose pile number 2, and the reason for that here, I've got the 8 of swords and I've got the 2 of wands energy coming up here. So at this point of time, even though there is no communication in the form of 3D or in the form of reality here, with this 2 of wands energy coming up, as you can see here, these frogs are sending this 2 wands coming up here. So I feel like even though in the 3D or in the reality here, like you are not getting like a solid message coming out from your person, but you've been getting a lot of telepathic messages, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 2, because with this 2 of wands energy coming up here, this is like they've been trying to reach us out towards you from the energy realm, from the like 5D realm, from the dream energy coming up here as well. I'm also getting a very strong fire energy, and I think I've also got almost the same message, if I'm not mistaken. It's for Aries, that they're actually sending you a lot of telepathic messages. So if you or your person have a very strong Aries energy, you may also want to check that out. So coming back to this message here, pile number 2, I do feel like there is something that they're currently feeling stuck with. They want to leave all this situation. They definitely want to come towards you. They want to come running towards you here, but they don't know how, and they don't know, like, because with this 8 of swords energy, as you can see here, they're feeling trapped, and like they could not even see the way where they're going, I would say here. They're feeling trapped mentally and emotionally here. I do feel like there is a lot of toxic energy, or even like deception and manipulation energy that is currently going on in your personal life here, I would say, pile number 2. So even though they want to come towards you, because almost like a lost, I would say here, like a lost person, I would say here, pile number 2, they definitely have a lot of feeling towards you. They definitely like want to communicate with you, want to tell you that how much you mean to them, and you are basically the everything. I've got you are my everything energy coming up here as well. But at the same time here, they're just lost. They just don't know which way they need to take here to come towards you. They're lost, they're feeling confused, because everywhere they go here, they just could not find anything, because all they can see here is just darkness. And the reason why they could not see anything, because they're closing up their eyes here. And all they need to do here is that break free from themselves, and like take out all this, like basically take out all this scarf from the eyes, and finally see, okay, where is it they are going. So this is the problem at this point of time here, and this is why I'm getting the not now energy coming up here. It's like your person is currently feeling stuck, or at least your person is currently stuck in a certain situation here, which is what is delaying the whole union between both of you here. Now the reason why they are feeling stuck, this is going to be for a very, very specific group of people. It's not going to be resonating with everyone here. I've got the pregnancy energy coming up here. So for a very, very specific group of people here, your person is currently stuck in a third party situation, or in a karmic situation where the karmic partner is currently pregnant, or like have just recently gave birth here. So this is something that is just making them unable to leave everything, because they feel like that responsibility energy, feeling stuck with that responsibility energy here. Now for another group of people here is that pile number 2, you are the one who's actually pregnant at this point of time, and the separation between both of you here is definitely killing you also, I would say here. But again, this Empress and the Earth Mother energy here as a general here, for those of you who are not pregnant and your and your partner does not stuck in a third party situation where they're actually pregnant or something like that, this is basically talking about the rebirth energy that is going to happen between you and your person coming up here. I'm getting a very strong spring energy coming up here for those of you who chose pile number 2. So I feel like the spring season is going to be quite significant for both of you here as well. Like for example, you could be meeting up your person during the springtime, or both of you going to be in communication during the springtime as well. Now another thing that I've got here is that the sun energy coming up. Just because I mentioned that it's I've got the not now energy does not mean that it's not going to happen at all. The not now energy here is basically an indication that there is a delay between both of you to come into the union at this point of time here. But with this sun energy coming up here, there's definitely going to be a union between both of you, and that's what your person desperately want to tell you here, pile number 2. They desperately want to tell you here that they're actually feeling stuck in a certain situation. So the union between both of you here is going to be delayed a little bit, but they're still coming towards you. They still want to be with you here, and both of you are still going to have this happy home, happy family, happy relationship together here. And this is also why I've got the Ace of Swords coming up here. It's just like a very strong delay energy, honestly, I'm getting for those of you who chose pile number 2. The communication is going to happen. I've got the Ace of Swords here. I'm also getting a very strong unbalanced energy, I would say, here within your throat chakra for those of you who chose pile number 2. So you can also look up on throat chakra guided meditation and healing to release all this negative energy, or to release all this unbalanced energy from your throat chakra. And again, this is why I keep saying here, like, just because it's going to be delayed does not mean it's not going to happen at all. Sometimes delay is needed because, you know, like this delay or this separation between both of you here is important, because this is the time for both of you to heal. This is the time for both of you to transform. This is the time that for both of you to realize the value of yourself here. So the thing here is that it's better to have some delay at this point of time. So when both of you coming together into the union between you and your person here, both of you are going to have a long lasting union energy, I would say. But if you are trying to rush things and then suddenly, you know, like both of you got into the union, but, you know, like things are just not going to last, or, you know, like going into, like both of you are struggling because both of you are forcing the union, it's just like not going to be worth it as well. And the advice card that I've got for those of you who chose pile number 2 here, I've got intuition energy. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tool to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. So I feel like everything that has been telling you here is that your intuition has been telling you the same thing as well. It's like your fear has been telling you here, pile number 2, that your person does not like about you, your person does not care about you here, your person is actually enjoying not talking about you. But deep down within yourself here, like those deepest of your heart, I would say here, pile number 2, your intuition has been telling you that as much as you are struggling at this point of time, it's the same way that your person is struggling as well. It's the same way that your person is actually desiring to talk to you here. And your intuition has been telling you that even though at this point of time things might not be seemingly moving in a positive direction for both of you here, but both of you are still going to be in union. Both of you are definitely going to be together. Whatever is currently happening between both of you here is just a delay. So this is why I'm getting like this intuition energy coming up for you here, pile number 2. So it's quite important for you to trust your intuition and to listen to your gut feeling. Listen to your intuition is the most important thing here, pile number 2. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye. For those of you who chose pile number 3 or the amethyst crystal, messages from your person, what they desperately want to tell you. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 3, the signs that I'm getting for you here, I'm getting the air sign, Aquarius, Libra and Gemini. I'm getting fire energy, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, as well as water energy, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. Again, the sign are just extra bonus. If you have the sign, or if your person have the sign, it's definitely good. But if none of you have this sign, it's okay. The message is the most important thing. So let's look into the messages from your person here. Pile number 3, I've got will you give me another chance? And then I've got forgive and let go. Ask or look for signs. And then I've got Queen of Wands, 8 of Wands, the Chariot energy here, or the Battle Wagon, 3 of Pentacles, the Star, and then the Ace of Cups, And then the advice card that I've got here is support. So I'm getting like a very strong message that your person is coming towards you. The chariot here coming up, like literally as you can see here, this person is riding their horses to come towards you here, pile number 3. And then what they want to tell you here is that, will you give me another chance? So this is what they desperately want to tell you here. I do feel like some of them here feeling a little bit of fearful energy, I would say, coming up very, very strongly for those of you who chose pile number 3, because I feel like ego is definitely there, but it's more of the fear, like, okay, what if that when they come towards you and they ask you to give them another chance here, what if you say no, like they would just be heartbroken here. So that particular fear is coming out very, very strongly from your person here. And another thing that they want to tell you here, pile number 3, is that forgive and let go. So I feel like they might have done something like some sort of like mistake, or like some sort of thing that is just like hurting you in the past, and they want you to be able, like they want to ask you, and they want to tell you here desperately that they wish that you could forgive them, and they wish that you could just let go everything that had happened between both of you here. And they want to tell you that it's definitely about a reconciliation and the reunion energy coming up here, pile number 3. But it's also like they want you to know that they're going to come back here as a changed person. They're not going to repeat whatever had happened between both of you here. And I've got ask and look for signs. So I do feel like they've been sending you a lot of signs, I would say here, like synchronicities, number pattern, and all those stuff. And for those of you who chose pile number 3, this is also your sign. So for those of you who have been asking for a sign, this is it. I'm getting the huge sign coming up here. Now, when I mentioned about your person is going to come back as a changed person, here I've got the 3 of Pentacles energy. I do feel like the main issue between both of you here, pile number 3 here, is that the communication issue, that both of you just could not find the safe place. Both of you just could not find that open communication without one person or both of you here getting defensive. So this is the issue, I would say here. So as a changed person coming up here, this is basically talking about they're going to be more open with their communication. They're going to be like giving you the honesty, the clarity that you actually need here, pile number 3. And then another thing that I've got here is that this star energy, look how beautiful it is. You see this star just coming right through, like this, the light coming right through the heart here. And as you can see here, the heart is opening up with this Ace of Cups energy coming up here. So I feel like they have gotten through a lot of awakening, I would say here. Like it's like the vision that I'm getting here is that in the past their heart was really, really ice cold, but now they're kind of like getting softened up here. So what does that mean here is that I do feel like in the past they're not really someone who's actually into their emotion. I feel like in the past your person is someone who's kind of like a little bit of stubborn, hot temper, little bit of egoistic energy coming up here as well, for those of you who chose pile number 3. So I feel like with this separation between both of you here, they kind of like going through a lot of awakening, kind of like going through a lot of realization here, and this is what making them finally opening up their heart to this connection. And the moment that they're actually opening up their heart here, then they are going through a massive healing and transformation journey. They're finally starting to understand, okay, there is definitely something going on. There's definitely like a very strong connection between me and them, like they're finally coming to that particular realization here. So this is definitely a good energy, because the star energy coming up here, this is also talking about cleansing energy. So whatever toxic situation, whatever toxic energy that was there in your person's life here, they're finally going to come clean. They're finally going to cleanse themselves with from all of this toxic energy here. And this is why I've got also the Queen of Wands energy coming up here. I'm getting like a very strong feminine energy. I'm getting 2 messages coming up for you here, pile number 3. So the first thing that I'm getting here is that a very strong toxic feminine energy coming up here very, very strongly. So this could be the third party situation. Now this can be another person. This could also be a toxic family members, a toxic friends, like a toxic mother figure, toxic grandmother figure that could actually affecting your person's life, such as giving them childhood trauma, like giving them a lot of emotional pain and emotional trauma. Or this could also be from your side, I would say here, pile number 3. And another message that I've got here is that some of you here, for those of you who chose pile number 3, might have recently lost a feminine energy in your family. Again, this could be something recent or in the past. I'm getting like quite an elderly energy coming up here. So it could be like a grandmother energy, if not a mother. But again, this could be a mother or aunt or something like that. But I'm getting like an elderly figure, I would say here. So I'm going to assume it's kind of like a grandmother energy. So These family members or this past loved one here is basically guiding both of you to come into this union. This past loved one is actually guiding your person here to go through all this healing, and this loved one acting as a spirit guide is also guiding you to forgive and let go of everything that had happened in the past here. Expect some sort of like communication coming up here. I've got the eight of wands coming up for you here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. Now I do feel like at this point of time here, your person is preparing themselves. They are, like gathering up the courage to just come towards you and just like starting. I do feel like they've been like a training energy, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. Like they just kind of like, okay, this is what I'm going to say when I meet them, and if they say something like this, I'm going to say this. So they're kind of like having a lot of list of things they want to tell you. They have a lot of things of how they want to start communicating with you. Like at this point of time here, like a very strong preparation energy, like almost like a training energy, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. It's quite funny because all they could do here is just that take the phone, or like just drive and meet you, or just take the phone and like and dial your number. Like what is so hard from that? But they're kind of like preparing a lot of things, I would say here, pile number 3, because they're kind of like just afraid, like what if you will reject them. So they're trying so hard to show you that they have changed. They're trying so hard here to show you that whatever had happened between both of you here, for those of you who chose pile number 3 here, it's not going to happen again. They're finally coming back as a totally changed person. They're coming back as like a very strong energy here. So they're kind of like desperately want to tell you that. They desperately want to prove you that as well. So it's not only about talking. They're finally going to show that in action, which is definitely a good energy, I would say here, pile number 3, because this is the time that they're finally going to see that how much healing and how much transformation that they're actually gone through here, pile number 3. Now the advice card that I've got for you here, I've got support, ask for help, get more rest, and nurture yourself. So I feel like something that you need to pay attention to here, pile number 3 here, is that to reinitiate the balance in your life. I do feel like some of you here have been overworking a lot, I would say here, pile number 3. So it's quite important to put back the balance into your life here. Pay attention to your body, nurture yourself here, ground yourself, meditate, basically taking care of yourself. And another thing here is that you have a plenty of support system in your life, and this can be like in a form of friends, family members, like colleagues. But what I'm getting here is that support system from the divine. Like I said, a very strong spirit guide energy coming up here in your reading here, pile number 3. So not only that here, like you have a lot of support from the divine, and all you need to do here is just that ask for the help, ask for the support, and you will definitely get that here. So that's it coming up for you here, for those of you who chose pile number 3. I'm getting a very strong purple color coming up here. So the purple color could be quite significant. As you can see here, see here the color purple is coming up, quite significant purple here. So the color purple could be quite significant for you. Could also be one of the signs that you're asking here, I would say. Or this could also be an indication of a third eye chakra. Again, I'm getting like a very strong energy of the spirit guides. So your spirit guides here could also have been wanting to send you a lot of messages here. So try to do some guided meditation on your third eye chakra as well, for those of you who chose pile number 3. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye-bye. Hi, for those of you who chose pile number 4 or the clear quartz crystal. So let's look into your cards here. Messages from your person, what they desperately want to tell you. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 4, the sign that I'm getting for you here, I'm getting a very strong Capricorn energy. So Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I'm also getting a very strong Aquarius energy, air sign, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. I'm also getting a very strong water energy coming up here, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So you could have any of those signs strongly in your chart, or your person could have any of those signs strongly in their chart. Now looking at the messages that I've got for you here, pile number 4, I've got family issue or family upbringing. I've got trust in the divine timing, religious or spiritual factors, and then I've got the Fool or the Green Man energy coming up here. the Star, Four of Swords, I've got the Two of Swords with the advice that friendship, and then I've got the Devil coming up here with the Six of Cups. I'm getting a very strong toxic energy honestly coming up for you, coming up from your person, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. So the message that your person, the message that they desperately want to tell you here, for those of you who chose pile number 4 here, is that they are currently stuck in a very, very toxic energy. They're currently stuck in a very manipulative situation, and a lot of deception currently surrounding themselves, I would say here. And another thing I'm getting here is that for those of you who chose pile number 4 here, is that earthly pleasures or worldly energy such as drinking, smoking, partying, addiction, this could be in a form of like sexual addiction, could also in a form of like gaming addiction, but there's definitely like something that they're currently addicted with, something that's just giving them temporary pleasure, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. So this is the reason why they're currently feeling stuck. This is the reason why they're currently feeling confused. It's like they're being controlled by a lot of this negative energy. Like they're currently being controlled by a lot of this toxic energy in their life, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. So this is what they desperately want to tell you here. They want to tell you that there was something that might have happened to them in the past, such as during their childhood, or even like recently in the past year, that is just causing them to feel this way. And this is the reason that I've got here is that family issue or family upbringing. So your person might not have a very strong mother figure or father figure here, or they could also be coming from a place of a very, very controlling family energy, I would say here, because with this Two of Swords energy coming up here, I'm getting like a very strong controlling energy. So somehow I do feel like some of them here are being controlled by their family, and for the majority of them here, they're being controlled by the toxic energy here. Again, this toxic energy can be in a form of family, can also be in a form of like earthly pleasures energy or worldly energy coming up here as well. They want you to know that no matter what happens, their heart will always be with you, and they want you to trust in the divine timing, that the time will come where both of you are going to be together, when both of you are going to be in union. At this point of time here, I'm getting religious or spiritual factors. For a very, very specific group of you here, pile number 4, there is a religious differences between both of you. Like you and your person are currently from a different religion, but the majority here is that the spiritual factors or the spiritual differences coming up here, in a sense that you are more awakened, while your person are currently still stuck in this particular toxic energy in their life. So this is the difference between both of you here, and this is why that you could see things clearly, which they could not do it at this point of time here. And this is like the messages from them, like this is what they desperately want to tell you here. It's not that they hate you, it's not that they do not want to be with you here, but they just do not know how to break free from this controlling energy. As you can see here, look at this in this picture down below, like being controlled, and as you can see here, being controlled. So it's like almost like a puppet energy, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. Quite heartbreaking, I would say here. They want to come towards you, they want to take that leap of faith, they want to have this happiness with you here, pile number 4. They want to be in union with you here. Look at this, I've got the Six of Cups energy. There's definitely a very, very strong soul connection between both of you here. I do feel like some of you here have been together for a very long time, like a childhood friend, or have been together. I'm getting the number 6 coming up quite significantly. So like both of you could have been together for 6 years before the separation happened, or both of you might have been in a separation since last year June, since 6 months ago, or even like 6 years ago. Like the number 6 is coming up quite significantly, I would say here, for those of you who chose pile number 4. So their heart will always stay with you no matter what here, and the happiness is always going to be with you here, pile number 4. But unfortunately, there are a lot of toxic energy at this point of time surrounding themselves here. This is what making them unable to do anything. As you can see here, with this Four of Swords energy, they're just kind of like resting or sleeping, because they don't know what else they need to do here, honestly, pile number 4. Because it's like every time they try to do something, every time like they are attempting to do something here, they always like kind of like feeling stuck. They kind of always back to the square zero, I would say here. So they kind of like losing hope to do anything. They kind of like just like, okay, this is it, I'm just going to go with the flow here, whatever happened. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, because a lot of this toxic energy, a lot of this negative energy within themselves here. I'm also getting like a very strong lone energy or lonely energy, almost like the lone wolf, I would say here, coming up strongly from your person here. For those you for those of you who chose pile number 4. And then I've got the star energy coming up here as well. I feel like the only thing that at this point of time that you can do to help them here, for those of you who chose pile number 4, is that sending them prayers, sending them chorus, sending them healing energy, I would say here, because I'm getting like the only thing that is actually going to help them feeling stuck, and that is that the only thing that's actually going to, like break free from all this, like break all this string free from them here, is that the divine energy here. Because I feel like your person have been trying so hard to break free from all of this, but again, due to all of these external circumstances here, toxic family, toxic colleagues, toxic friends, like a lot of toxic energy here. So even though your person have this intention, okay, I want to bettering up myself, I want to be better here, but because of all of this toxic energy, they're just going to be feeling stuck again, because like they just cannot get out of that situation, I would say here. So it's kind of like a little bit of heartbreaking energy, I would say here. So definitely pray, sending them healing, sending them courage, I would say here. This is the only thing that will actually help them at this point of time, because with these religious and spiritual factors, you are more awakened than them. You are more aware about the energy. You are more aware about what is currently going on with them here, the energy wise here. So you have the power to send them positive energy, because the only thing that can, the only thing that can heal them, or the only thing that can push away all this darkness and all this negative energy here, is that the positive energy and the light from yourself here. For those of you who chose pile number 4, I said pile number 2, so maybe there could be some messages for those of you here that chose pile number 4. There could be some messages in pile number 2 for you as well. So lastly, the advice card that I've got for you here, I've got the friendship energy coming up here. Seek out your soul family, surround yourself with positive people, spend more time socializing. So I feel like some of them here, like for a very, very specific group of people here, some of them have been reaching out towards you here, pile number 4, that they just want to be friends with you first. They just like, they might have been telling you that, okay, I'm not ready for anything more than just a friendship here. So they definitely need you in their life. Like, this is the fact, I would say here, pile number 4. They desperately need you in their life, and they desperately want to do everything to keep you in their life here, even if it has a friends. So it's like they kind of like even lying to themselves here, I would say here, that they do not see you as more than just a friend. So this is definitely killing you inside, and this is definitely hurting you, I would say here. But another thing that I've got for those of you who chose pile number 4 here, is that you need to seek out a group of people. You need to seek out a supportive group of people here that is actually going to help you getting out of this situation. Like I said, the only thing that is going to help them at this point of time here is that the prayers and the positive energy from yourself here, pile number 4. And the only way that you can do that here is that by praying, by by getting the support system, like by like asking like-minded people, asking people like to send prayers here, like basically getting to know this, getting to know a lot of supportive connection, I would say here, new and supportive connection that is actually going to be coming into your life, for those of you who choose pile number 4. So that's it for your reading. I hope it resonates. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it resonates, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next reading. Have a good day, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.